Hey friend, Canon and Atomos just released the ability to shoot 8K from the R5 into the Ninja V Plus. So we're gonna be shooting a micro doc, and Atomos has asked if I can take you along with me and just share my experience of how this kit is gonna fit into my shooting style. Oh wow, okay, yeah. Crew, let's come up here a little ways. Go for it. We're gonna be rolling small and light on this shoot, operating mostly out of backpacks. And adventure filming for me is a really exciting proving ground, especially for new equipment, because if this setup can work well out here and be dependable, I can be really confident that it's gonna work through all the different kinds of shooting that I do. Just a little slower so I can keep up. I'm hoping through all of this, I can end up filming a passion project that I am really proud of. And then also I want to walk away from this experience answering the question of, is filming in ProRes RAW 8K actually worth it? I mean, you're getting to see the results before I am, but let's put this thing to the test. I'm gonna nail this. Right here. Would you be gracious enough to do it one more time for me?
Yep, I can do it
okay,
one more time.
Sweet. Basically, since its release day, I've been bringing the original Ninja with me on every production that I shoot, mainly because it expands the functionality of the cameras I shoot with. I really like the 5-inch display because it's big enough for me to see, but it's not so big that it becomes cumbersome on a handheld rig like this, so it can adapt and flex through the different systems that I use. So even before we get into the functionality of recording into the monitor itself, like before we even get there, the tools for seeing your image built into the Ninja are just so critical for me. Being able to turn on peaking, being able to have a great waveform, being able to see the log image from the camera actually displayed on a 1000 nit display in the outdoors. You can actually see what your image is gonna look like. I know I'm capturing it right on location. It's important for me once we start shooting and the creative energy starts flowing to do everything we can to protect and preserve that and keep the systems flowing. And if I find myself getting distracted with the technical stuff that's pulling me out of the headspace of creativity and finding moments that I like, for me that starts especially with things like battery management. All the ones that are full, I have them the backs up, and then when they're dead and they've been used already, I put the elements on the battery upwards. We filled up a card this morning, so we're gonna swap that guy straight down here into the full drive section. Another drive out. I like just clear systems like that because everyone that you're shooting with can know the system. It's just easy, simple. So that way we can get back to shooting as fast as possible and keep that creative flow going. There's this like sweet spot of like 30-ish minutes of golden hour that when the sun is at the right angle coming down onto the water, it's like glass calm. And without fail, it's always just a little bit chaotic during sunrise stuff. But that's exciting. And we're getting some incredible shots here on the water with the sun just pouring down through the trees. Like this is just awesome. Wow.
Oh my gosh. This is epic.
With microdoc stuff, my style is definitely just letting the subject I'm filming just do what they're doing. I don't tend to coordinate things very much. And this helps me kind of get those natural moments that feel real, because I find if I'm trying to get people to do things again because I missed a shot, it ends up feeling a little forced. And so I'm really searching and hunting for those little quick moments of energy where someone smiles or the water drips just right. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is great, Nick. Okay, pace with them here, Nick. For our setup here, communication-wise, it's so important between the direction that we're traveling for camera movement. So we've got the Raven Eye on the bottom of the Ninja V Plus, wirelessly transmitting over to an iPad we have mounted here. So that way, operating the boat, you can actually get a sense for the feel of the movement and maybe what the camera operator is trying to do. Flying a setup this small on a gimbal, I prefer it. It allows me to easily manipulate the lens and use the gimbal with one hand. The second that I need two hands to operate a gimbal, it changes the experience for me because I like getting my wides quickly and then bracing it in and getting some tights and going wide again. And being able to change the focal length on the gimbal with a nice small light setup it just allows you to get a lot of coverage quickly. And when you're in that short little golden hour sunrise moment, sometimes you just don't have that time to change the lens. So a nice small light setup like this is just, it's awesome. Let's head on to the next location.
Could do a pushing in shot.
This is going incredible. The sun is just like shining through perfectly on the light on the waterfall, making this amazing mist. This is kind of what high resolution is really best suited for, is really high detail scenes. And this right here, these shots are just gonna be, I mean, they're awesome. I'm so excited. This is so good. Currently in the process of charging up this mountain. It's one of the easiest access points to some quick alpine that has a great look to it. I love shooting up here. And we're trying to get up there for sunset, and our talent's gonna meet us up there. In a lot of ways, today is like the crescendo of the whole Canon R5 Atomos AK ProRes Raw shooting experience, where today is the big final test. Can we do a whole shooting day just with what we carry in a backpack and actually get shots that I love? It's either back there or a spot up here that I can't see. A consideration about exposing in ProRes RAW is that the headspace is just a touch different. I'm caring more about the native ISO and just preserving that, because that's going to get us the best noise floor. And then I'm just kind of adding ND or taking it away and riding that aperture to end up at an image that I feels exposed well. I'm trying to hang out in the upper area of the waveform, because the higher out of the shadows you're able to have the image, the best noise performance you're going to get out of that final file. So one of the things that I'm kind of curious about solving from like a passion project standpoint is like, how do I create an intersection of client work and also my passion, which is shooting great outdoor stories, so that way they both can benefit? Because sometimes I have ideas that just like take more resources to pull off, and it's hard to justify that personal investment. But if I can make the two align and I can shoot stuff for clients while I'm out shooting my passion, like on this project, I'm pouring my heart into this short film that we're working on, and I'm obsessing about the little details because I care about it. This for me is why I do this. And then the additional layer is that while we're out here shooting some of these nature plates, like a beautiful shot of these mountains for me, I can license that, and I can make good money on that over and over again. So I don't normally include helicopters in my passion projects, but what we're trying to do here is that the investment into the helicopter time, if I can get 4 shots that I really like, and if I license those 4, that can really help offset the investment into the helicopter time. And that's one of the massive benefits of shooting 8K ProRes RAW, is that those files as a licensable asset to me are worth a lot more to whoever I'm licensing them to. So that means I can get more money for them. That means they're more flexible. That means it's more likely to be a worthwhile use of my time to actually go flying. So that's what we're gonna try to pull off here. I've talked too much. Let's go flying.
Okay, we're gonna fire.
Clear. Oh, Sam, let's go, dude. I'll be honest, importing the footage, I was a little bit nervous how editing the 8K would go, because it's 8K ProRes RAW. Like that's a big file. I'm getting buttery smooth playback out of the gate with no transcoding, nothing special. I'm just importing the SSD and I'm able to start editing immediately. I don't have to do anything crazy complicated to make them look lovely. I can just put my normal color process over top and it just looks great straight off the camera, which is such a relief to me. And if I've experienced it before where I've just messed up my settings on location for what I ended up wanting to communicate in the edit. And if I want to, I can go under the hood a little bit more and manipulate and kind of press and squeeze that image around and move that raw data to kind of maybe fit the vision that I had a little more. Our massive activity day from sunrise to sunset. That's a wrap.
Yes.
We all stayed awake.
Yes. It's been a great day.
And I know we got good shots when my face hurts after the helipad. I got this big grin the whole time.